Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 7 of my Bioshock Infinite Let's Platinum series. I'm sure you all know what we're doing here by now. If you do not, then part 1 is in the top corner where I explain everything at the start of that video. So we're in Finkton docks now. There will have been a cutscene in between the end of the last video and the beginning of this one that I've cut out, but obviously you'll see it. And you'll wake up on Finkton docks after being politely pushed out of the airship. So that's what this video is going to be. You can see this one's quite long. It's an hour long. Well, that's pretty long. An hour long. It's going to cover the whole of Finkton pretty much, and we're going to end the video as we go into Shanty-Town. There is a lot to do here. There's lots of fighting. There's lots to collect. And we're also going to be getting quite a few trophies as well. We're going to be using a farming spot to grind out some kills, mainly to do with all the aerial stuff, so all the skyline, things like aerial assassin for getting 20 kills with the skyline strike. What else have we got? On the fly, sorry, for getting 30 kills while riding a skyline, and then bolt from the blue with 5 headshots while riding the skyline. And then we've also got Season to Taste, which is for getting 30 kills with a crank gun. Then the main things we're going to farm in this place. You may get some other stuff, and you may decide to farm some other kills for weapons that you don't like at this point as well. That's entirely up to you. So I'm just setting up for a fight. A fight's going to happen here. Weirdly, you couldn't pick that money up on the floor. I don't know what's up. What was up with that? But it is glistening, so it is something you're supposed to be able to pick it up. But yeah, the money at that guy's feet, no idea why you can't pick it up. So this isn't a very nice way to do this, but he will get aggroed if you start the fight anyway. I suppose you technically don't have to start this fight, but we are going to try and get some gear from in a room on the left hand side. And if you take that gear, then everyone becomes aggro anyway. So if you don't want to do this, then you can ignore this and ignore the gear. Obviously, gear is not needed for a trophy. We've got the gear trophy, so that's not a problem. But it's a good place to get some kills. We've got the shotgun. We've got these up here, which are going to help us. Get some more for the Man Over Matter trophy, which is for getting 20 kills with possessed machines. There is going to be the last enemy that shows up is going to be a Patriot. Got there in the end. I mean, if you struggle with them, you're probably going to want to avoid this. But yeah, there is a piece of gear in it for you if you do want to do it. Plus all the kills, obviously. So the Patriot's going to come from the left-hand side. You'll probably hear him before you see him. I'm going to try and use possession to get possessed, and then he's going to try and hopefully get some kills for me. I don't think he does at this point. We do get some more later on though. There's Patriots aren't in shortage now. We will also be meeting a new enemy called the Handyman. We've met him before. Well, kind of. We haven't actually fought one yet. So here's the Patriot coming up. I'm possessing him to try and get him to do some kills for me, but he's not going to do it. So I'm just going to keep trying to possess him, and if you can, get some shots on that wheel on the back as he comes out of it. You can damage them while they are possessed, but it is reduced. So yeah, best thing to use against these guys is shot. Obviously, he needs to be close for that. He is going to come running in, I think, in a minute. Come on, there. When we hit the thing on his back, that wakes him up. Come around. There's plenty of stuff around here, salts, and there's stuff in the bins to the right as well. Health and salt if you need that. He's coming round. I don't think there's anyone. I think there's one guy to my left who keeps getting me. But the shotgun's going to make short work of this guy when he gets close enough. That's literally what I'm waiting for. I don't want to run out into the open with these around. I'll lay the trap down. And then I'm going to try and get behind him and hit that cog on his back. And as soon as you do that, you kill him. So they are very easy to take down if you have the right idea, the right, what's the word I'm thinking of, that we're looking for. Tactic, wow, we got there in the end. If you have the right tactic, they're pretty damn easy. Just stay away from the front of them basically, and stun them to get around the back. Most importantly as well, why you want to do this as well, another thing, as well, is you want to grab that crank gun. We're going to do crank gun kills, so you want to get that. Obviously there are crank guns later on, but I want to get them done. You probably want to get them done. They're one of the rarer weapons. They're not rare in any sense. Every time you get a Patriot, you kill a Patriot, they're going to drop a crank gun, so you're going to get some kills with it. But you don't ever find ammo for them. So we're just going to get it out of the way, get it done, so we don't have to worry about it. So again, that is another good reason of why you should probably do it here. Get this fight going, should I say. So yeah, let's go and get that gear. Unfortunately, we have to do something which is not very nice, to be honest. This guy's not hostile at all, for some reason. I don't know why, there's been a big fight. But he's going to become hostile once we take this gear. So, yeah, that was not the nicest thing to do, but he's kind of in our way. If he would have just let us take the hat, which I'm not even ever going to use, it was a random, obviously, roll of the dice. It could have been something good, hopefully it is for you. But yeah, you see everything's red. We're stealing all of this. But I mean, there's lots of money as well. So there are more pluses, more positives for doing this than there are negatives, I suppose. It's just not a very nice thing to do. Just murder everyone for a few coins and a hat. Make sure to grab lockpicks. Should have plenty of them. We are going to drop quite low and then go back up again in this video. We're going to open quite a few locks. Right, the next bit that's coming up, here's some more shock. I mean, you've got it, so you don't need it. You'd just be topping salts up anyway. Sorry about that, and don't know what that was then. Bit of a recording error. So yeah, you should have coins in the cushion now, the trophy for searching, but obviously you still be doing it because it's our only source of income and ammo. This is just a little chase sequence now. There's nothing to find. There's not even any containers to loot. So just run through this. Don't bother with anything. It's just a chase sequence, which is going to lead us to our farming point after she gets taken. We are like the Liam Neeson of not Rapture, that's the other one, of Columbia. She gets grabbed and we're going to go and save her. Even though she's probably much more powerful than we are and doesn't need saving. Right, so she's going to get grabbed here and we have to go the long way around. But first of all, there is a Voxophone behind, so make sure to grab this. I think there's a handbag, lots of lovely money everywhere as well. So yeah, stock up. You're going to see me spend quite a bit of money as well during this this episode. Mainly, well, I think they are just weapon upgrades. I'm still working on the carbine because it is my favourite weapon. That is the one I want to fully upgrade eventually. There are 4 upgrades. I'm going to buy the second one in this one. But I'm also going to upgrade the volley gun, which we'll be getting because I hate that gun and I want to make it more powerful and get rid of it as quickly as possible. Right, so you've just seen a save happen. There is a sniper rifle here. So this is perfect. We can use this to get all of our headshots while riding the rail. We have the crank gun. So we are ready to go. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to obviously show you now what we're doing here, but I'm going to cut so you don't have to watch everything. So yeah, there's lots of enemies here, and there's a sky rail going all the way around, or skyline. So get your trophies done. Jump down, do the melee kills, and once you've kind of run out of enemies, reload save and continue on. That's what that is. I've just reloaded the save. I'm just continuing on. A gondola will show up from behind me there, where at the end of this rail basically a gondola will sit there, a load of new enemies. So sort of when that one turns up, then is the ideal time to sort of restart checkpoint, because all the enemies are more difficult on that one. So now I'm doing on the fly and bolt from the blue. I'm using the sniper rifle and I'm holding back on the left stick to put the brakes on, basically. So that's why I'm travelling really slowly. And I'm looking for headshots on these guys. I just need the 5, so it's not that bad. Just the 5. There's 3. Here's a cheeky 4th one. And then there's a guy up here. So he's going to be number 5. And then I'm going to reload checkpoint again. There's number 5. There is also a turret up there, so if you really wanted to, you could farm Mind Over Matter for possessed machine kills, but it's not necessary because we will be using machine kills a lot. You should be nearly there anyway. Yep, so I'm on Crank Gun now. The last 2 trophies I'm going to get here are on the fly for getting 30 kills while on a skyline, and Seasoned to Taste, which is 30 kills with a Crank Gun. So, yeah, on the fly is going to happen second, I think. You're going to get, yep, Seasoned to Taste now. That's the Crank Gun done with. And that is Skyline kills done with. So that is it's a pretty cool section to get everything done. So you don't have to worry about anything to do with Skyline kills anymore. Right, I've reloaded the save in again. We are back outside of the area. Choose your loadout. Personally, I'm going to stick with the sniper rifle machine gun combo for now. I really don't want to be using the Crank Gun if I don't have to, because it is so slow and it has hardly any range. So now we're just going to do this this section properly, and get some possessed kills using that turret as well. While we're at it, you should also need on a clear day for 30 kills with sniper rifles. So reloading and doing this again is no problem at all, because we've just got a fresh sniper rifle. But sniper rifle is one of the best guns in the game, so you will be holding on to them later on when you get them. Once you're done with all your weapon trophies, I'm sure you'll probably choose the sniper rifle as one of your mainstays, or the carbine at very least. You should have something with long range and then something with kind of medium range. Yes, so I mentioned the volley gun before. It's not really a grenade launcher, because we do have the RPG, which is pretty good. It's quite powerful. The volley gun is a weird thing. It just kind of knocks enemies around. It does do damage, but it's not very powerful. You'd expect it to be a lot more powerful. But I hate using it because it has one of those, it's not a direct projectile, it's one with like an arch. So I don't like weapons like that. So I'm going to be getting lots of kills with that in this episode. I'm also going to upgrade its damage, because its damage output is really low to start with. So yeah, you're going to see me do that after. These guys shouldn't be this. I should just be riding the rail. But I'm trying to get these sniper kills. Yeah, he's using a volley gun there. You can see the kind of arch over, drop in. And they don't really do much damage. They're just annoying more than anything. It is really fast, and you can kind of stun lock enemies. They're not too bad against Patriots, I suppose. But that's kind of it. Small enemies, they just bounce them around. It's just easier to use something like a machine gun, for sure. Yeah, I used the wrong... I was supposed to have Bucking Bronco out then. So now I've got to wait. I can damage him, but it takes so long. Just a waste of the ammo. And he's killed himself. That's another thing as well. Enemies, if you possess them, they will kill themselves. There's one more guy up top. I'm going to take the volley gun, swap it out for the sniper, because I will be using sniper rifle later on. So yeah, let's get the volley gun done with. So in this room at the back, there's a prison, and there's also an infusion carbine as well, if you want to take one of those. Here's the infusion, number 16. Nice and powerful now. There's nothing else really in this area, so we're just going to leave, and you need to do that by actually using the skyline for its intended purpose. rather than just killing everyone. There's going to be one guy up here. Yes, I could hear him, so I knew he was up here. Yes, he just bounces them around. That, I mean, that looks like it should hurt them a lot, but it doesn't really. Definitely better weapons in the game. Let's do some looting. Yeah, make sure I grab all the money we can. We'll be doing some big spending, so my money is going to drop a bit. And then this is flashing, so this is obviously the way we need to go. Here is Elizabeth. She's just not giving up. And then we're going to be introduced to, in a moment anyway, the Handyman. But I'm going to skip the whole cutscene. You basically, there's a big thing with the Handyman. You don't fight it or anything at this point. It grabs you, and then you kind of fall, but then you don't. Then Elizabeth saves you, and then everything's okay again. Kind of. Mutual agreement, I suppose. And yeah, you'll end up at this point. And this is where the next scope is. So this door, there's a door on this gondola. A lock that we need to pick. So if you don't want to do this one, you don't have to, because it is just gear and it is an expensive lock. So if you don't have the picks, don't feel like you need to do this one. There is, I think there's a silver bar in here as well as a bit of money. But if you are low, then don't do this one, because it is 5. It is just gear, it is just a silver ingot. So yeah, this one can be skipped if you don't want to do this one. I will drop, I think I dropped down to 2 sort of lock picks at one point, but I do know I'm going to pick more up. I know I said in an earlier video not to go sort of below 3 to 5, but I break my own rule. But I do know there are more coming up. Get quite a few. We should have 10 to 15 by the end of this video, so we do get a lot more. The 30 locks we need to pick for the trophy. I think it's pretty much story related. You do a lot, especially if you're going for the platinum. You will need to open, I'm pretty sure it's around 30. So the safes and these extra doors are kind of optional. So you saw me do some upgrading then on the weapons, the carbine and the volley gun. Again, it's obviously up to you what you want to upgrade. Just make sure you fully upgrade a weapon, a single weapon. So don't spread your upgrades out too much, because you'll run out of money. So yeah, as long as you have one fully upgraded weapon, one fully upgraded vigor, you're all good. You can spend money on whatever you like after that. It's just that all upgrades aren't available immediately. That's why the carbine is kind of slowly being upgraded. They're not all available yet. Voxophone, we're just kind of lucky there's a lockpick there. There's a few little cheeky lockpicks hidden. We are going to be picking a lock in a moment. I think it is 5. This is where I dropped down to 2. But I do know there are more coming up. So I'm not too bothered about it. So if you're down to 2 at this point as well, don't worry. But you do need to get in this lock, because there is an infusion in here. You can see it in the window. There we go. Just have a quick scan around in here, because we need all the ammo we can get. There is some volley ammo there. It's that round stuff on the floor. I will be using that in the next fight coming up shortly, because I just want to get rid of it. I don't know why we're looking in this bin. Apparently there's something interesting in there. I thought that was a lockpick then, but it's not. It's a lock. Just taking one last scan to make sure I've not missed anything, and I have. It's always worth scanning that extra lockpick. I knew there was something around there. So you can go either way, either down these stairs or the ones on the opposite side. This is kind of a symmetrical room. There's a lock on each of these doors. I'm going to unlock both of them. We're going to unlock this one, go and do the fight, and then I'm going to run up and unlock the other one, just for the sake of getting the lock count up for that 30 roguish type. trophy. Here's one of our friends. He's going to put some major work in. We're just going to use possession and let him deal with everyone. There are going to be 2 running down these stairs. There we go. That'll always happen. Yep, let's go for Volley Gun. And I'm going to possess him and let him do most of the work. Annoyingly, there is a guy on the top on the opposite side. Again, this is why the Volley Gun is not particularly very good, because it can't hit him. I could just switch to the machine gun, obviously, but I want the Patriot to try and kill him for the Mind Over Matter trophy. Needs a refresh. I've had enough of him, but he's actually run off now. You see Mind Over Matter's ticking up slowly there as well. That was a bad shot. And there are going to be more coming down from the left. That's why I keep checking. Quite a few more. 4 or 5 actually. Right, he's down. Is he down? Yes, he is down. He is now. There they come. Perfect timing, Elizabeth. Perfect timing. So you can see there's a lot of them. They just kind of bounce around. It takes a long time for them to actually die. This is with the damage upgrade as well. 25% extra. And it still just bounces out. Sure, it clears the room out. It's quite good for crowd control, I suppose, but there are just better options, I think. You can always just use a Vigor, use Booking Bronco, get them all in the air and pick them off that way. So now that we're clear down here, we're going to go and do some rummaging. I'm also going to run up onto the opposite side and unlock that door while we're at it. Another crank gun. Obviously, we've just killed the pig. Well, I don't think we actually did any damage to him. Lockpick. Make sure you look out for that glistening in the corner. This is a dollar bill, so ignore that entirely. Another sniper rifle if you need it, which I'm going to take for now. Safe, entirely optional, but it is only 1 pick, which is pretty good. Obviously, the money in it is reflected by the amount of picks you use, really. So it's only 100 odd for a 1 pick. And then we're looking around. And then we're going to go and unlock this other door. Don't need to do this at all if you don't want to. I'm just getting that extra lock count. Doesn't cost anything, so it's might as well do it. It's a freebie. And then it's off to the main sort of part of Finkton. Another lockpick sneakily hidden in the bin there. Maybe that was she was getting her bins confused. Maybe that's where she was supposed to be looking. But there is a Voxophone in this room, quite well hidden. Although Elizabeth will take a book. There's another lockpick. Take a book out of the locker anyway, so she will kind of bring your attention to it. And I'm going to use this lift. There's going to be some sort of lift sequence, lots of dialogue and lots of things. You have to answer a telephone at some point in the lift, and that's pretty much it. But I'm going to skip it because we don't need to watch the whole sequence. And then we're going to be in the main part of Finkton, basically. And then it's coming up soon is going to be the Heartbreaker trophy. Probably the most annoying. So here we are, we're at the end of the lift. Grab this. The hand cannon is a damn fine weapon. I don't use it later on, but now it's pretty good. So we're going to get kills. We need 25 kills with this one. Yeah, 25. There are quite a few of them in this area, so it's a good time to get these done. Yes, Heartbreaker. Quite an annoying trophy. You need to kill a handyman by only shooting his heart, his glowing chest piece bit. Yeah, it happens in this area. It's not just yet. I just want to show you that there is a sniper rifle there, and that's why I took the other sniper rifle as well. But there is one here, and then there is one in a moment next to the piece of gear that we're going to get in a second. Make sure we grab all the ammo we can. And then there's going to be, oh, some extra cash there, lovely stuff. Now if you look up above this shop here, Chenlin's shop, jump across, and there is a piece of gear, and there's another rifle up here as well. So we will actually be switching gear at some point, well, shortly. We're going to go into Chenlin's shop, and then as we leave, that's when the Handyman's going to turn up. If you're on the PS4, or you have the collector's edition, not collector's edition, the remastered version of this game, you will have the season pass stuff from the beginning of the game, meaning there's a Voxophone, meaning you will have the Handyman gear. You will be able to do 50% extra damage to Handyman, so make sure you have that equipped. Otherwise, yeah, this trophy could just be a nightmare. It is still not a very fun trophy, in the fact that we're not going to do it legit. We're going to try and it's not a glitch. It's just we try and get the Handyman stuck so he can't chase us. But it does take a minute. It's probably took me about 20 minutes or so to get this trophy. But I'm only going to show you the successful run. It can just be a pain. There is a checkpoint, so you can just keep reloading. If you think you hit the anywhere but his heart when you're shooting at him, then make sure to reload as well. Yes, this is a trophy you want to get done here, because there is it's just him. There are some turrets as well, but there is just him mainly. There's a lockpick, make sure to grab that. The turrets won't be bothering us where we're going.
There's someone downstairs.
Right, here is Chenlin's wife. We're going to skip this conversation as well, and then we're going to exit the shop, and that's when yes, that's when this bit the tactic I use, I remember doing this it was another guy's video. I remember doing this the original time when I did this on PS3. I used this tactic, so my memory of it is a bit hazy, but yeah, we're going to switch to the boots here. There we go. The Handyman, 50% extra Handyman damage. So either way you go, you can go this way or you can go the opposite way. He's going to appear. The reason I do it here and run this way round as opposed to going the other way is I'm trying to get him stuck. It will make more sense in a minute. I'm trying to get him stuck on the environment. So you want to run around here, hit this hook, jump onto this roof, and then do a long jump onto these logs. Now you can sort of duck in this corner and back into the actual wall, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to kind of wear it in. Imagine it's like parking a car. You have to get it perfectly angled, so you're going to have to move around in that spot and get him to sort of become trapped. He has wandered off. He can do this, so if he does, jump down, shoot something to get his attention, and then run back up and duck into this corner. Don't go right into the right hand side and walk backwards. You'll fall off the back of the logs and fall through the environment. So here we're trying to do it. If he jumps too forward here, he's not going to. Usually he'll stay at the front of the logs, and that's not what we want either. It can hurt you from here. So if he does this, then just jump over the top of him and try again. So you're just going to have to keep going around in this circle, and eventually he will get kind of stuck and allow you to shoot him while he's not getting you. So I think this is when we get it done successfully now. He will get stuck on the sort of pallets. I think they're pallets or logs. It'll be logs, obviously. Logs there. That's the idea, those logs. So you can see he's kind of just stopped now. So this is a free shot. So you want to just aim for the heart there. He does actually come in though this time. So I'm trying to just hide again. Just enough. It's like a perfect. There's not much of a window. It's going to come back. He's up there. So this is. I thought I'd done it, but he didn't. He hits me with that. But it's fine. He is actually stuck now. So if you just peek round this corner just enough so you can see. You may need to move forward if you're underneath the bridge too much. See me just edging forward. There we go. And I'm shooting the heart. Don't go mad. Don't just keep firing into him because he can lift his arms up there and do a stretch. You don't want to shoot his arms. Just calmly just put a load into his heart and then you take him down. That took me about 20 minutes, half an hour to do. It's annoying that I can't think of a better way to do this. I do remember doing it that way all those years ago. Not my original idea, not my idea. It was a guy's video. Make sure to pick the gear up. He does drop a piece of gear, and there is a Voxophone here as well. Yeah, I'm afraid you're just going to have to keep retrying. You can try and do it legit if you want, but yeah, that's much more dangerous. So I'm just going to switch back because I don't need the Handyman damage. We're not fighting another one of those for a while. There are turrets here, one on each side, so might as well get some handgun kills while we're at it. But that's probably the hardest trophy in the game taken care of, so that's a good thing. Once you've done that, you can sort of breathe easy. The rest of it's kind of easy now. I mean, the fights can be tough if you don't know what you do, if you just run in. But if you just sit back and let turrets do the work for you, let other enemies do the work for you, yeah, the hard stuff's done. There is a fight, you may remember, you may know, the Siren fight, but there is a really good vigor you can use against the Siren, which makes you basically invincible. So yeah, well, it makes you invincible against any enemy, but we don't have it yet, the shield. So I'm using a lockpick here. We don't actually need to come in here yet. I'm just looking for lockpicks or anything, see if there's anything here to help. So we've got some lockpicks. I know I just used them, but I wanted to open that because I know we need to come in here, so using that lockpick is not wasted. I just want to know where my count is going to be up to.
Maybe that's where we'll find it.
So yeah, there's another one of those codes on the wall. You saw it there. The code book is actually not here. It's in the Good Time Club, which we're going into in a second. We will be coming back out here afterwards. I was going to split this into 2 videos and end this one here. This is why you're going to see a brief. I'm going to show you the Voxophones you should have, but I've had people mention that they'd actually like to see that in the middle of the video as well, so that's why I've left it in. There's an extra turret. Might as well check it for some ammo. There's a pretty cool tear in this building as well, so I'd go and check that out. Got the old. I obviously can't hear the music because I have music turned down for obvious reasons. Yeah, modern music in a game set in the 1912, is it? Not modern, is it? It's like the 1980s, the music. But yeah, done here. Let's go into the Good Time Club. You're going to see me bring up the Voxophone. So you should have got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at this point. And then there's going to be some more. Another 3, just 3 in the Good Time Club. So I'm going to go in here and get this done. Yeah, like I said, I was going to split this into 2 videos, but I didn't think there was much point, as we're going to come back out there. It's basically one area, and the areas, the videos are split into area. So yeah, right. There is a scope here, and there's going to be, as we leave this area, there's going to be a scope on the opposite side. That one disappears, and then there's going to be a new one on the opposite side. Obviously, I'm going to point that out. This is a trial type fight. There's 3 waves of enemies. It's not difficult. It's just the 3 mini bosses that we've fought already. So first is one of the pyro guys with some little guys. Second is one of the crow guys with some other guys. And then third is a patriot with some bots, some machines. So nothing you've not done before. It's a good place to try and get some volley kills. So that's what I'm going to do. This guy's going to go on with himself, and then eventually these curtains are going to open up. A lot of enemies are going to come pouring out. You can have at them with whatever you want. There is an RPG on the wall behind me, which is a lot better than this, and will probably kill all of them in 1 or 2 hits. As you see, the volley gun just kind of bounces them around annoyingly. So yeah, I'm going to use him to do some of my work for me. They did seem to get quite a bit of damage on me there. But they will come up the stairs. So I'm going to, yeah, be aware that the pyro guy is firing things up the whole time. You can use Bucking Bronco on him, which is what I'm going to do after he really does hurt me there. I'm not concerned though. There is a tear with a load of health. There's also some more volley gun ammo up there. I'm going to get that once we've got rid of this guy. Yeah. So as they're floating, obviously the volley gun is completely useless because it will just miss them. Yeah, that was a good shot. Yeah, so he's about to explode there. So I've lifted him up and just leave him. We will go and get some more volley gun ammo because I want to keep using it. Well, I don't want to, I have to. I do actually get all the kills with the volley gun by the end of this video. In the last fight I get all of them done, which is fantastic, means I can just forget about it. And then up here and behind the bar, basically where we started, a load of medikits. So just get those tears open. Obviously there is the trophy for opening 30 tears. You'll be doing that. That's really not something you need to farm or bother doing. I mean, you could just keep going back and forth between these two if you wanted. The volley gun and the ammo, the health, just keep opening them up. But it's just not necessary. We use lots of tears. They're pretty much essential. These guys are weak to Bucking Bronco as well. So take advantage of that. Yeah, that's him done. Just a few little guys. Obviously, like I have been doing, I'm going to chase them down individually and try and get them with this. There is an RPG on the wall there, which will be handy against the upcoming Patriots. But the volley gun is not too bad against them as well. You can sort of stun them. Halfway there almost, was it? Let me start then. Back and forth, back and forth. Are we done now? Yes, so we're moving on to the Patriot. He's in that box. No, we're not. Here we go, one more. Right, now we're done. Patriot is in the box. He's going to open up 2 turrets first. If you possess the first one here, the closest one, they will fight each other and kill each other, pretty much. So that's what I'm going to do now. That makes my life easier. And then the Patriot's going to come out of here, and then if you possess him, he'll finish off the remaining turret. There are going to be 3 of the, I forget the name of them, mosquitoes. They're going to appear. You can use the Patriot against them, or use the mosquitoes against the Patriot. Whichever way you want to do it. He's disappeared, so I guess I'm going to have to deal with him. He's coming up. So possess, because it gives me time to think. And then we were trying to go for the thing. You can still do quite a bit of damage by hitting that wheel on the back, even when they're possessed. But we might as well just go for the shock and volley gun combo. And then yeah, you can just stun him back with the volley gun and finish him off. So suppose that it has one niche use. It's really good against Patriots, but it's not worth carrying around all the time just for that. I'm going to possess this one and hope it kills the others. That would be wishful thinking, wouldn't it? Oh, they're both at the same time. I suppose they are exactly the same thing, so that should happen. Yeah, there's just 3, so there's no point possessing the third one. It's not going to kill anything. And now it's time to clear up. I've dropped the volley gun for now. You could probably keep hold of it. I think I was low on ammo, so I decided to drop it because I don't think there's any volley gun ammo coming up. I'm going to use the handgun mainly now as we go into this kind of prison, whatever it is. This guy's going to do a lot of talking. I'm just going to have to stand around while he's talking. That's why I'm not doing anything. There are two rooms behind, one directly behind me and one to my right. Here we go. That place has an infusion. That place has a scope. So we've just got to wait for him to finish going on with himself. There we go. Right, it's opened up now. And there it is on the bar. Of course, we're going for salt. We can use our vigors a lot now, which is really helpful later on in the game. And then we'll almost fill health up at the last thing as well. 11 lockpicks now, so yeah, I was at 2, now I'm at 11. They've definitely picked up a lot. And now go this way. I think there's one more lockpick, so I'm going to go up to 12. There's the medikit and the purse, and then there's the lockpick in the men's. Although I don't know if there was men's and ladies, I think it was just toilets. And then there's the scope here. Of course, we're not going to watch. Yeah, nothing good in vigors. So yeah, just not worth wasting the money.
Need money? Take this.
And then we're going to go behind the stage.
Look, there's a door over here. I think that's the way down.
So yeah, this next sequence is pretty cool. The thing we're actually doing, tearing into a new world, basically. Or a new universe, whatever it is. But before we do that, we've got some killing to do. Using the handgun, obviously just use any gun you still need kills for. The handgun is a damn fine weapon though, up close like this. It's even pretty good if you can get a headshot from across an area. It will take the head off. It's pretty damn powerful, this thing, even at distance. So yeah, it is a good weapon, but unfortunately it's not as good, to me anyway, as the carbine. I'm going to leave the carbine for now because that is my end game weapon. I know I'm going to be getting kills with that at the end. Let's get everything else done first.
Look, Chenlin, cell number 9.
Here's another story lock. So this one is not going to cost you anything either.
Let me see.
I used to work for folks like Fink.
Really?
And then there's another one actually, so we'll get quite a few locks in quick succession here. Obviously this one's a loading screen because she's taking extremely long time to pick it. Although it's not a loading screen on the way back, so yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe there's, I don't know. It's got to be loading something surely, because that was an awful long time. Not as efficient with the gun this time. Here's the code book. You remember the cipher we saw before outside. Here's the code book. Make sure to pick that up. Definitely need that. I thought I saw something glistening over here. Obviously I didn't. Bit more ammo for the pistol there. Thought that was a lockpick, but unfortunately it wasn't. And let's go. She does seem to stand in the way quite often. There we go. Number 40. We're up to 14 now. Remember when we got Shock Jockey in the previous video? Was it previous one? The one before? And we spared that guy. Well, it was up to you. You could either execute the guy. I don't even remember his name. He was that unimportant to me. You could either execute him or spare him. we're about to see what happened if you spare him, or chose to spare him. He just sort of loses his mind and sits there. So that's what happens. I suppose it's a fate worse than death. Is something like that. So that was that choice. So yeah, choices in this game, they don't really have consequences. It is a linear story, but there are little moments like that. So the room on the left that I've told Elizabeth, or not told, I always say that, I've asked Elizabeth to unlock is gear. So if you don't want to open that one, not bothered about gear anymore, then don't worry about it. The lock on the opposite side, room number 9, that was weird, I don't know what that was. This one here, this is story. We need to go in here. This is where Chen Lin was. Isn't anymore. Weirdly, I don't know why, that's number 9. And then it's a massive room like this. Obviously number 9 is a torture chamber, even though the other ones are really small. Bit of a weird one, whatever. So we're just going to go all the way down to the bottom and see what became of Mr. Lin. But before we do that, we are going to go and get another lockpick. Lots of them. Lovely, lovely lockpicks. Down to 10. Should have been at 15. That was an expensive door, that one on the left. So again, if you not bothered about gear, don't worry about it. So here's Mr. Lin. Wow. That is a mess. So there is a story moment. Those two, the man and the woman, are going to show up and give you kind of the option. Open this tear up, and then we're going to leave exactly the same way we came back. There are no enemies until we get to the stage. There's nothing to pick up new. Apart from here, you have the repeaters. These are the same as the machine gun, basically the Vox version. Either version works for the trophy, machine gun or Vox repeater. They're tied together in the same trophy, so whichever one you want to use. But we're not going to use, I'm not going to use a machine gun at this point. I'm going to use, get the volley gun done. So here we go. Everything is changing, we're in a new world now. And we're just going to make our way back to the stage. We're basically done at this point. What do we have left? We have a couple of fights. We've got to go back into Chen Lin's shop, fight our way into there, realise the machines aren't there anymore, and then fight our way back out and into Shanty-Town. And that's pretty much it. So there is going to be a bunch of guys in here. I don't have my volley gun anymore. I left it out here, but I'm going to pick it up on the way out. You can see how many uses I have for booking Bronco now that I've upgraded it. Definitely one of the best figures to have, because it just I mean, it just makes enemies a joke, basically. Enemies like this, at least. Anything if they become overwhelmed, just float them all in the air so they can't attack you and then kill them. So I don't know where they all. I definitely got rushed. A lot worse than this in the practice one. Here we go. Here they come. So yeah, just nothing. Extremely overpowered vigor. So yeah, not much to do now. There is a room in this place that is opened up that wasn't open previously. Obviously we've changed dimensions, worlds, planes, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this door is open in this world. Here's the volley gun I dropped earlier. I'm going to pick it up and take it with me, because I know there's more volley gun ammo coming up. So in here's a piece of gear. Hopefully it's something better for you. Low health, enemies give health. Okay. Safe here. If you're low for any reason on lockpicks, just leave the safe. It's just money. Obviously we do need it. We do need money, but if you've been doing your upgrades sensibly, then you should be fine. Plenty more game left. How far would I say we're through? Coming up to between half and 2/3, I would say. Right, so we're leaving. Here, where I mentioned earlier, I said the scope was on the opposite side. Here it is. This is the same place, different side, different scope. So make sure to get that one. And then we're going to go back outside to where we fought the Handyman. I'm just going to remember that there's actually some stuff behind me. You never know what's going to be in these cases. Right, we're definitely leaving now. Let's go back outside. I do get a bit excited with this fight and just run in. Probably shouldn't do this, but we've just had a checkpoint. I'm not bothered. The worst thing that could happen is I die and then I'll just get more volley gun kills. But yeah, probably be a bit more patient than this. There is a volley gun guy at the back himself. If you can, try and possess him, because he'll make short work of everyone. Yeah, so Elizabeth has marked him. He's quite far away. And he's going to run out. He tries to. He likes to keep his distance, so he'll always try and run away from you, which is quite annoying. So yeah, when I did my practice, this fight was not this long at all. I managed to stand at the gate near where we started, and I don't remember this many enemies at all, but there are so many of them this time around. I think I possessed the volley gun guy, so he probably took care of most of them. There is a medikit behind me, a tear behind me. I'm going to get... I should have gone and got it at this point, but I think it's just the volley gun guy left. So I'm basically just trying to run into him and lift him in the air, but that is not the case at all. There is the turret. Yeah, so we do get him in the air, and then obviously the volley gun. You have to be pretty accurate with it to make it work, because it does have that arc. That missed, unfortunately. I was trying to get the turret. An enemy walked in the way. So yeah, fall back. At this point, the reason I'm not getting that, I've completely forgotten. It wasn't there when we went up before. We are going to be going back to that area to look at that clock and open up the safe where the cipher is, that now we have the book. But we have more pressing matters at this point. I don't know why she's throwing me ammo when I could quite clearly use some health. There you go. But, yeah, this is cutting it pretty damn fine, to be honest. Not the cleanest way to do it. You can wait by that gate and people will come to you. But this guy takes some serious punishment. This is the thing that kills all other enemies in the game with 1 or 2 kills, 2 shots. And he's also been peppered with volley gun. He is seriously tough. But that's it. Luckily we're done now with this fight. So we're going to go and unlock the safe. It doesn't involve lockpicks or anything like that. Get this open and get yourself some health. You will need it if you just did what I did. Wallet, missed that the first time round. But yeah, here's the cipher. Elizabeth will break it now. Essentially, interacts with this clock on the right hand side, and inside is going to be yet another infusion and a voxophone, and that is it for sort of collectibles, things you need to look out for on this level, in this level. But we are not done yet. We've got to go to Lynn's place, and then we've got to go to Shanty-Town. But there is a fight at the beginning of Shanty-Town that I'm just going to show you first. So yeah, there was a volley gun around here. I did take, I think it's actually the one I'm holding. So yeah, once you're sure everything's kind of done. I think she said look at this or something. That's why I turned around there. She was saying look at this. I don't know what. Yeah, we'll go and see Lynn, and everything will have changed for the worse, in fact.
Do you hear anything?
So at the top of here, and then speaking to his wife again. I'm going to cut those scenes out just so you don't need to watch them twice, basically. So you go up, he'll be here, kind of morphing in and out, phasing in and out. So you speak to him, and then go downstairs and speak to his other wife, and then leave. That's all you need to do in here. Realise that everything has gone completely wrong.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm looking for Mrs. Lynn.
I'm Mrs. Lynn.
And then we're out of here. And of course there's going to be more enemies as we leave. It would never be that easy, would it?
We're not getting any guns, and Chen Lin doesn't have his tools. Let's head to Shanty-Town.
Luckily, no volley gun guy this time though. So kind of justified in my running at them this time. I was probably what I was probably trying to do was try and keep this video under an hour. That was probably what I was doing. But I failed. 1 hour, 2 minutes. I don't know where that came from. There he is on top of the stairs. Yeah, much easier. You could run into all these guys. They do try and circle you round if you go around the back. I think I've killed them all now. This is where I kind of leave it anyway. But I believe there is one somewhere. You're going to see me circle around the main middle building. Because I think there's one that I can hear someone. I definitely hear someone at some point. The one sneaking up on me while I'm checking everyone. Yeah, I definitely hear him. That's why I'm running around. But can't see him. Doesn't matter. Let's go to Shanty-Town. No idea where he went. Right, finally. Let's go. So this isn't the actual entrance to the place. This is an entrance to the entrance, if you like. A connecting part. I'm not going to be upgrading any more vigors, so I'm not bothered about that machine personally. I need to save my money for the weapons, which you should do as well. Right, there's a grenade guy here, an RPG. You can see him on top there. So if you activate the turret on the right hand side, then he will help take he'll take the force. It's not going to take him long to kill that turret at all. Depending how long the fight takes you, that turret can come back, it can respawn. But yeah, just try and get rid of this RPG guy. He's priority. There we go. And then switch to whichever weapon you're currently working on. It's just ridiculous, this weapon. And yeah, I think I've done it. No. When do I switch? I see the count. One of them mustn't die. sure there's a count somewhere. Here we go. This is 28, 29, 30. That's 30, isn't it? Yeah, I don't get the trophy. That's why I'm switching weapons out. But obviously we've got one more to go. Move too soon. Now we get the trophy. So that's volley gun done with. I'm not touching that weapon again, unless it is I'm really desperate for ammo. Just the one guy at the back now. Almost done with the pistol as well, the hand cannon. Yeah, so that's this fight done. That's it. Pretty easy one, this one. And then we're going to go into the next room. You're going to see the next vigor. It's called Charge, but we can't get it yet, which is not really a great shame because Charge is not very good on this difficulty, or I don't find it is, because you basically charge into enemies. I mean, why would you want to be putting yourself in that position when you can die as easily as you can on this difficulty?
Here's some cash.
So yeah, can't get it yet, but we will be leaving. The next video will be Shanty-Town, and then we'll be leaving Shanty-Town to come back this way and then eventually get to a new area. So that's what the next video is going to be. It's going to be both of those, Shanty-Town and leaving, and then it's onto Emporia, I think it's called. That will be the video after that. So yeah, you can see there, that's Charge. This place is all going to be smashed up next time we come here. Switching to the shotgun for now, for no reason other than I will probably use the sniper rifle later on, or most definitely. So I'll use the shotgun. So get into this lift, and oh, don't want to do that. I need to show you the Voxophones first. Should just have the 4 extra ones after the the 3 extra ones after the ones I showed you earlier. So 9 in total for this video. Right, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.